There is a darkness inside of me. It wants some walking around money, and it wants to buy some shoes.
So in this video, which is part 3, I'm going to complete the list of 11 manipulation tactics the ego uses. If you want to watch the first 2 parts before you watch this one, you can click the iCard or the link in the description. Just make sure you come back over here when you're done. Thank you. If you're new, my name is Nikki. I've been spiritually awakened for 16 years now, self-realized for over a decade as well. I have a website called heretowakeup.com, and I'm here to be of service to kind-hearted souls, the body of Christ, the real ones, the genuine, authentic, loving beings that are here to heal and progress. Continuing on from part 2, the next manipulation tactic is playing on one's insecurities, which is about going after someone's Achilles heel. And to me, this is one of the ego's more low down, dirtier tactics, out of all the ones I've mentioned, because it's more insidious and specific to the person. You really have to know them, and you have to know what their hang-ups and their blocks are to manipulate them in this way. And I just think that to do that to a sweet, kind, loving soul is just more grimy than usual for the ego. Number 10 is deception. Of course, deception would be an ego manipulation tactic because the ego is a lie and a liar. And there are many examples that I could give for this tactic, but as I mentioned in the first video, I'm going to go more into specific detailed examples in later videos. But a quick example for this would be something like, using flattery or insincere compliments, And just like I mentioned in part 1 with the first tactic, this is another one where you're gonna need spiritual discernment to know what you're dealing with. Now, speaking of deception, the next tactic is the ego's biggest deception of all, spiritually speaking, and that is projection. And this is a very common tactic that the ego uses, where basically it's just projecting its own stuff onto others. Kind of like how a monkey throws its boo-boo. Okay, the ego and those under the ego's management, they will try to throw their crap off onto others. Instead of acknowledging that they are the ones exhibiting the nasty behavior, they try and put it off and project it onto you. That's what most people think of when they hear the term projection. And that in and of itself is a form of deception. However, when I say that it's the ego's biggest deception of all, I'm talking about, spiritually speaking, it's deception and manipulation on a whole other level. Why? Because this entire experience that we seem to be having is a projection, a holographic projection. The whole thing, linear time, space, nature, people, these are projections in the mind from the ego. We think we're these individual personalities walking around, buying stuff.
There is a darkness inside of me. It wants some walking around money, and it wants to buy some shoes.
Making our own decisions in a world of separation, everything's separate. But that's not what's really going on at the deepest level of things. And that's why I say projection is the biggest ego, deception, and manipulation tactic of all. Now, if you watch this all the way to the end, you are a true MVP. Thank you so much for being here. Make sure to like the video because it really helps to get the message out. And remember to love yourself because that is the real wealth. Stay tuned for the next one. Take care.